So I made $18,000 in 30 days from a political trend I saw on the news. In this video, I'm going to teach you what that was and how to do it. Let me begin with this tutorial to let you know fully that I do not do this strategy that I'm about to share with you in this video anymore. I have learned that I don't need to be as scrappy. This is a few years ago. I was really scrappy. I was fascinated at the ability of running ads based off trends, and I did not care where that trends came from. And politics is something that is one of the most trendy type of data and consumer behaviors that happens, and it happens so much. Our president, whoever is president, this doesn't happen with just the president that's president right now, whoever is president, or when something happens, movements show up and new taglines show up, then there's the prospect of t-shirts and hats that say whatever that is, so long as it's not copyrighted. There's so much room to basically monetize on a political movement. Again, I don't do this anymore. I have since, there's a saying that goes like, at the beginning, you're hungry, so you scrape for whatever you can get. And that's definitely true of how I used to operate. And now that I am good enough to plan my meals out, I don't go for scraps anymore. Although you can make a lot of money, as I'm going to show you, I now focus my energy on more evergreen businesses, not based off trends. That said, a trend is fascinating, whether it's political or not, because it can really jumpstart your online business. You can find something through research and literally launch, and something like this happens.
The Eagles just won and are heading to the Super Bowl, and a massive consumer trend is happening.
Oh my goodness. I launched an ad literally 5 minutes ago. Check this out. 53 people on my site right now.
The drama of launching and having sales and your phone going ka-ching, ka-ching, it's like a dopamine effect every time your phone makes that ka-ching notification that you've got another sale. But I feel like this is an evolution for any of you side hustlers out there, is eventually you start getting so many sales that you don't keep your notifications on anymore, which is the point where I'm at today. Now I find it, I don't want to say the word annoying, but it's distracting. And before I used to stop whatever I was doing, I'd grab my phone, another sale. And now I just turn them off completely. The footage that I'm about to show you is maybe a little rough. This is before I was getting into vlogging, but I did happen to capture and record data from basically the beginning, the first day of this campaign, and the whole ideation behind the research and the product. And so you're about to experience what it was like to basically launch this campaign and then have it scaled within 30 days to 18K. And then once I'm done with this documentary style footage, I'm going to break down afterwards of how you can do something like it if this is something you want to do. And whether it's political trends or not, this tutorial or workshop is going to be beneficial if maybe you don't want to use these skills for politics, but you can still use them in all different types of trends.
It is 11:39 a.m. and I have made over $1,000 today selling pink beanies with cat ears on them. I cannot believe this. Despite all this is actually a really unproductive day because I keep wanting to just stare at real-time analytics and just watch people go through the checkout. Oh, it's so nerdy. Gosh.
Total sales since I launched everything is $2,688.02, and it hasn't even been 48 hours yet.
This is so cool. So right now you can see someone's on the cart page, someone's at the checkout page, everyone else is viewing products. There's 15 people on the site. It's been like this all day. What? No way. What's up? It's day 4, and I didn't record at all yesterday, just in the morning I said this. So it's Wednesday, day 3. I've only had one sale today, so the trend may be over. I really thought the trend was over. I only had one sale, $9.99, and then all of a sudden 5 p.m. to 10 p.m., boom, $700 in sales.
This is all happening from one ad on Google and one ad on Facebook.
Something really interesting is the ad I had on Google, which was slowly increasing the cost per click, all of a sudden dropped to 7 cents a click. It used to be at 35 and rising. So this is really, really good news. Yesterday when I sold $700, I only spent like $5. So today it's Thursday, it's 9:21 a.m. and there's $185.88 in sales. Man, I think this thing still has legs. Unbelievable. Holy moly. It's 10:02, which is my bedtime. I was literally in bed. My phone was going off like crazy. I broke $1,000 today. And there's 27 people shopping in the process right now. I was literally in bed about to fall asleep. Yes, don't judge. I go to bed before 10 p.m. every day. Dude, look at all these page views. They're coming like crazy. What's up? It's day 5, Friday, and I just passed 6,000 gross sales. It's absolutely crazy. Yesterday was really interesting. Almost a $2,000 day. And when you take a look at the ads, look who I'm competing against here. Amazon, Etsy, Target. Despite that, I have been able to maintain an average position of 1.3 over them and an impression share of 25%. So despite competing against some pretty hefty competitors, my site, Kick Push Skate, is still kicking butt. So that's awesome. Yesterday, a total spend was $152.75. And what's crazy about these ads is as they continue to progress, the conversion rates are pretty high. I think for each keyword, it's definitely over 5%, some in 9%, even 10% for particular keywords.
So that was it. In 30 days, $18,000 gross sales. Here are my stats basically of what the profit was. I had to research and find this product. I sourced the product, and it was just a pretty fascinating campaign. I said I was going to donate profits of it to the Women's March, and I did. Overall, it was definitely a smashing success. But now I just avoid politics. Just something that I don't do anymore. And just because I feel like there is bigger fish in the sea and it's not necessary. So for some of you hearing that, you might be like, after watching you do that, like that's what I want to do. Great, go ahead. Otherwise, here is what I think should be the biggest impact for you. I'm going to teach you about this tool that basically sparked it all for me. It's called Google Trends. It's an absolutely free tool. And I use this tool every single day when I see an idea, when I see a product, when I hear about something. I'm always on this tool typing in ideas to see, is this trending? And then is there consumer-based products that people are buying because of what is trending? So in this basically tutorial, you're going to learn about how to utilize Google Trends, completely free tool. I hope it makes a big impact on your ideas, on your side hustles and entrepreneurial ventures as it has for me.
This tool right here, Google Trends, has made me a lot of money, and I hope it brings good fortune to you. It's a combination of a little bit of luck, and that luck comes from being one of the first to hear of a trend. Whenever I see an idea that I've seen more than once that is popping up on my, whether it's Instagram feed or Facebook feed, or even it's a phone call from my mom that's like, oh, hey, have you seen this? It always piques my curiosity, and it literally takes 60 seconds to figure out, is this trending across the nation or even certain parts that in a way that there's also a consumer trend that goes with it. We're going to dive into a lot of some real strategies on how you can take advantage when the next consumer trend hits. And the first question is, well, how often does it happen? It literally happens every single day, every single niche, every single event, sports, politics. There's all things that happen. And so this trend that I am kind of being fully transparent on, and I did as a growth hack just to show for this course. In my Facebook feed, I got tagged in a dad bag. I don't know if you are familiar with it, but that was around this time frame, and I looked on Google Trends, and I'm going to switch this to the past 30 days now. And you see this crazy spike right here? This is a very, very short trend, a micro trend. And although it is short, there's so much money that is made within this peak, and even in the after peak right here. At this stage this is probably on the 27th. That's where things, now everyone knows about the trend, and when you come after the trend, it's a lot more expensive. There's still ways to find success, but I was the first person on the internet marketing on a search engine for dad bag, and I had over $5,000 in gross sales within the 48 hours, which I will show coming up in this course. But really, this tool right here is absolutely amazing when looking at micro trends and macro trends. So what's a macro trend, for example? A macro trend is something that is happening on a larger scale across time. And so generally speaking, these are things that are evergreen, or people have always had an interest in them, but they are slowly on the rise or the decline. So let's take a look at, for example, skateboarding or skateboards. And then I'll do penny boards. And then I'll also do nickel boards. And I'll do long boards. And so you can kind of see the trend across everything here. This is the past 12 months. And in the green is longboarding. And this is kind of interesting. I wouldn't have guessed this, but it looks like longboarding is, since January, has been on the increase in search volume, and now is the more popular search term out of all of these. Fascinating. I would have never guessed that. Let's go back further in time. Let's go back 5 years in data. And let's see here. So it looks like the flare of popularity of penny boards started first to increase in March 2013. I was not in the penny board business, but that would have been an amazing time to get in it, because look at the sheer volume that this trend accumulated to, and pretty much dominated all search volume compared to penny boards, nickel boards, and long boards. And this is a huge surprise. Now, 2017, it is on the decline. Very, very interesting. You can learn so much about the niche that you're in, or potential niche that you want to get in, doing Google Trends. I will usually start here on top of using Keyword Planner before I do absolutely anything, before I create a logo, before I look for products, before I spend $1. I'm spending the majority of my time just researching data. And it is time well spent, because this can save you lots of money. You may think your idea is really great, but once you go on here, no one's searching for it. And it will earn you lots of money, especially when it comes to trends. So this is fascinating. Let's clear this up a little bit. Skateboard, which is in the blue, is in the third. It's slow, or it's steady. I wouldn't say slow, it's steady, but the longboarding is now on the increase. So that's very, very interesting. When you scroll down, you can get an idea on region and where it's searched. So this is interesting. Longboarding in Brazil. So that's a heavily dominated term there, while Canada, United States, Argentina, Russia is a high of penny boards. You can also take a look at related queries, so boosted boards, That's another one that you can take a look at. Let's, out of curiosity here. So when you click boosted boards compared to longboard, how does that size up? Interesting. So now longboard, which is in the red, so boosted boards did have a peak, probably because Casey Neistat. I'm not sure if you know who he is, but that's how I first heard of him. And now boosted boards is actually on the decline. So very, very interesting. I learn something every time I hop on here, and I suggest no matter what idea you have, even if you feel like it's a winner and you're ready to go right now and drop a couple $100 in ads, hop on over here to Google Trends, and then from what you've learned here, place those keywords in Keyword Planner so you can see how much they cost and then what the long tail phrases are. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the game. This is so important. The foundation of successful campaign comes from using the right search terms and doing the research here. The research is so important.
I hope you got a ton of value in this video. And if you want to tune in more and get more free awesome content, you have to hit the subscribe button. Also hit the like button. It's a good indicator to know if what I'm teaching is actually relevant. Comment below your questions. I'm here to answer. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next week's video. Peace and God bless.